I know I don't need to tell you that the economy and immigration continue to be top issues facing Americans. And I always love talking with members of the For Country Caucus because it's a bipartisan group. And it seems like to me, based on my conversations, that each party in this group does a really good job of trying to see the other side, find areas of common ground. Were your takeaways with Republicans down there as well? Was it the same? Did you guys leave feeling good about the conversations? Did you leave feeling like we are on the right track when it comes to border security, when it comes to these trade negotiations? What was that takeaway really between the parties?
I believe we're definitely on the right track when it comes to the border and securing the border. I truly believe, based on the conversation with the president of Mexico wants a secure border, just as we want a secure border, and they're taking steps to secure the border. At the same time, we've seen efforts that are being made to lead for a more secure border. What I would also emphasize in terms of after taking 3 trips to the southern border, beyond this trip to Mexico, and that is we have to continue to make sure that we're screening vehicles in particular coming through the ports of entry. I believe we're moving in the right direction. We have to also continue to look at drone technology, incursions, and so forth that's taking place. Again, there's a lot going on, a lot of activity, but I would say we're definitely moving in the right direction. With regards to trade, I would love to see us move maybe a little, faster with trade. But what is most important is that we are able to get to stable trade policies, that predictability. Mexico is a great trade partner with the United States, and this is a very important relationship. Matter of fact, we have we have so many U.S. businesses that are up and operating in Mexico, and our economies are so interconnected. We have to get this right. I would like to see us maybe move this further along. I represent the state of North Carolina, and Mexico is one of our leading trade partners. So there's so many implications here. And when I think then of groups such as the For Country Caucus, I do believe that we are setting the stage to lead by example, even in the Congress, when you have members who've served our country wearing the uniform, that's able to come together and put service above all things. When we look and reflect on the 118th Congress, we actually endorse as a caucus, and you have to get to a 75% threshold to get to an endorsement. Over 30 pieces of legislation that was signed into law in the 118th Congress. So far, in the 119th Congress, we've had about 14 pieces of legislation that we have endorsed so far. So it is important for Republicans, Democrats, to come to the table in the real way to tackle these issues, the same as when we talk about the United States and Mexico. It is so important for the conversations to continue. So after we returned and the president continued the extended the terms for coming back to the table to deal with and to allow an opportunity to further develop our trade relations with Mexico. I think that was hugely important, and we have to continue to foster conversations. We have to show goodwill, and I believe that was much of this trip as well, to show goodwill, just as the president of Mexico has demonstrated as they're beefing up efforts as well to show goodwill to the United States.
And it probably was a even better show of goodwill, the fact that it was a bipartisan group that went down there. And I'm curious, just based on the sense of that meeting, based on meeting with the business community in Mexico, did you get a sense from them that they really believe that the trade deal, the trade negotiations with President Trump and America will get beyond the finish line here?
Absolutely. There was so much optimism in the room, and not only optimism, but a willingness to sit down in a real way to have these conversations. And I believe, Brittany, that this is the exact ingredients that's needed for us to get to stable trade policy.